Okay, so today we're looking at dating as dating as a successful lady in your 30s. We're going to be looking at the way forward, the challenges, the realities, as well as the way forward. So these are the concepts we're going to be looking at in this particular edition of this podcast. So first of all, why is there challenges? Why is it that what are the challenges associated with ladies who are in their 30s? What are the dating challenges that they do experience for ladies that are in their 30s? What are the dating challenges that they do experience? What are the dating challenges that ladies that are in their 30s that they do experience? That's where we're going to start from before you have to know what the challenge is before you profile solution to that particular challenge. That's one thing that is very, very important in solving any particular problem. You must know what the problem is, then you profile, before you can profile a long-lasting solution to that particular problem. So now, why is it that ladies who are successful or ladies in their 30s and are successful, why is it that they have challenges in their dating or in their dating life in general, be it that they are successful or they are not successful? Why is it that they will have challenges? Why will they have challenges in their dating game for ladies who are in their 30s? Why? Why will they likely have challenges? Is there what are the causes as to the reason why ladies who are in their 30s will have challenges in their dating or in their relationship, especially if they had none before they became 30? What are the causes and how can it be solved or how can it be remediated? So the first thing we're going to be looking at is the causes, or how are ladies in this particular age category, why are there problems of this nature? Now, first of all, ladies who are in their 30s are seen by societies. Ladies who are in their 30s are seen to have now past their prime, or they are viewed by society that they have passed their prime. And by virtue of societal view that they've passed their prime, it therefore means that their rightful age for relationship or for marriage, it now seems as if they have what? They have passed it. And by virtue of this, of societal view that they've passed this particular age, it now makes it difficult for them seeing the right man for them or the man who will be there for them as what is typically there as a lady who is in her 30s. Now it becomes even more funny. It becomes even more funny when this particular lady is now even more successful. So when she is now successful, she's now seen as somebody who will find it difficult to submit or to respect to the authority of a man. And the moment a man discovers that you will be difficult to submit to the authority, to his authority, there's likely tendency that he, being the man, will not take you serious. And by the fact that he will not take you serious, then problem has already started. Now, why is it that problem has already started? As somebody who is now a lady who is successful and you are in your 30s, you don't, by virtue of the hypergamous nature of women, you don't want to date down. There's every likely tendency that you'll be wanting to date upward. And by virtue of the fact that you are wanting or desiring to date upward, that means you're anticipating for men who has more higher class or who has more financial influence, financial power, financial resources, social status than you. So based on this, you are now kind of limited, because the kind of men that comes your way, even if they have what you need and the economical status is not higher than yours, it will be very difficult for you to accept them, or for you to receive them as as the one who will be for you. Now, how does this count, and why is this like this? Now, why does this count, and why is this like this? Now, as soon as you find yourself in this particular category, you would not want to set it. You now see that as to men who are not up to your financial standard or to your social standard. You now see them as men who are lower than you, and by virtue of the fact that they are lower than you now, you don't want to date them, talk, or even marrying them. And that now becomes a very big problem to you. You understand? So by virtue of it being a very big problem to you, it will affect your dating life. And since it will affect your dating life, you want to look for every opportunity to what? You look for every opportunity to ensure that you get a man for yourself, and this man you get for yourself should be bigger than you. So when it happens like this, you begin to go for events that, where you are more likely or possibly going to see men who has higher financial power or higher financial status than yourself. So when such is happening or when such is in place, these are examples of the men that you are most likely going to see when you go to such places. Because men who are of lower social class than yourself are most likely not going to be seen in such kind of places. Now, why is that they're not going to be seen in such kind of places? Because they will what? The reason why they're most likely not going to be seen in such kind of places because they do not have the economic power. Let's assume that maybe you are a lady, you are in your 30s, successful, you're driving a Mercedes, and a young man who do not even have a car himself, and he's trying to figure himself out, and you paid as a young lady, successful, you paid between $1,000 to maybe about between $1,000 to about let's just say between $500 to $1,000 as flight ticket and maybe gate fee to that particular event. Now, do you think a young man who is actually successful, who is single, do you think he might likely have the chances of, a young man who is not too doing well will have the chances or the resources to attend such particular event? The answer is most likely going to be a no. And by the virtue of the fact that the answer will be a no, now leads us to the next point, which is the kind of men you are going to see there are men of higher economic class. Both two things are strongly involved. One, they are most likely going to believe that you are somebody who do not have an authority over you. They are going to believe that you're somebody who do not have an authority over you, and based on such, they would what? They are most likely not going to take you serious, nor even consider, even dating you. Now, the kind of things, such kind of men that you find in those places are most likely going to do is to smash and pass. Yes, you heard me right. They want to smash you and pass. Because they will believe that it seems this person does not have her life put together. She does not have authority over her, stuffs like that. The things that, that they are going to be just, thinking or considering. Even if you on your own, you are trying to make things happen for yourself. you are doing the possible things, stuffs just like that. They will what? They will likely not going to take you serious. So they will want to smash and pass. That's one category. Then the category 2 is the ones who will pretend that they are what? They will pretend that they are what? They pretend that they will pretend that they will be there for you, but what they are there for is they are there to eat your money. Yes, you heard me right. They are there to what? To eat your money. So they pretend to be rich. So that means since they know that a particular kind of event of such, wealthy ladies are coming there or rich ladies are coming there, they what? They try all possible means to what? To package themselves in a fake way, which is not real, just to what? Just to get you. You are their target of them coming there. And when they get you, they use all manner of ways to what? They use all manner of ways to get you into their trap. And as soon as they get you into their trap, then the next thing they start sucking you. Yes. The reason why they start sucking you is because their plans have now worked. Now, since their plan has now worked, okay, so let's continue what we're saying. I said that majority of the men you see there, they will come for these 3 things. One, it is either they want to knock and pass, otherwise known as smash and pass. So they just want to have access to you, use you a couple of times and they dump you. Or they want to keep you a side chick, which is not what you're intending or what you want, rather. 2, they want to make it that, the next category of people that you're going to meet there, category of men that you will meet there, are most likely going to be men who are married and want to use your side chick. I've already talked about that. And the third category is players or politicians. So I remember that politicians is still the same side chick that they want to keep you as. So you are most likely not going to see single young men who will be there. Or if I thought you will see young men who will also be there as well, who might have a higher economic power or higher financial status than yourself, they are most likely going to be what? You're most likely going to be married once. And this is where the problem will be. So here are a few options that you can actually help yourself with if you are a lady and you find yourself in this particular situation. One, which is the most potent choice or the most potent decision that you can make about that particular situation, is you have to open your arms wide enough that you have to date lower than your status. That's one. Then two, you have to reduce your standard of living. I talked about you having a car. If it's possible, sell that particular car. Take public transport. Do you know why it will be wise for you to sell that particular car? Now, I know you might not understand. It might sound strange, or it might sound somehow that I'm telling you that you've worked hard, you've bought a car, and I'm not telling you to sell that particular car. You see, when you sell that particular car, a man who comes into your life and who does not have a car might kind of be looking at you as, okay, this lady does not have a car. That means she's not too financially strong, even though you are financially strong. So it gives him some sense of leadership or authority over you. And at the same time, he now kind of sees it that this person, it will be easy to lead this kind of person. That's number one. If you have a car, you sell it. Then let's assume that maybe you live in a duplex. You can relocate from that particular duplex to what? Either a 2-bedroom apartment or a single bedroom apartment. You see, I talk about reducing your standard of living. If you are the type who flies first class, consider flying economy. Yes, everybody who are there on the flights will think that, or it has a general perception that we are all almost equal, but we are not almost equal on that economy flight class. So by the time you begin to step down your standard of living, then you will now be able to spot young men who their standard of living or their way of living actually relatively close to yours, or if at all there's gap between theirs and yours, is you may not be too higher than theirs. So blending with them and being in relationship with them will actually be easy for you when you are in this age. Remember that in this age now, it's most likely that you're not in towards to play games. Now, some reasons actually has to be why it's actually happened that you got to this age and you're not married nor in any serious relationship. And some of those reasons might actually be that maybe it is your ignorance while you were in your 20s that actually caused this. As one. Then two, the kind of environment in which you were raised could also be a factor. Let's assume that you were raised in an environment whereby you are not allowed to go out. Maybe for some certain reasons. Let's assume that maybe you are the only daughter, or it happened that the person who groomed you up is a type of person who do not want any eventualities to happen to the girl child he or she is overseeing. So this kind of person is most likely going to be overprotecting you. So although he has a good intention, but at the same time, he may not be concealed. Some of the things might be what might be eluding him, such as your relationship might be eluding him. So he might not be putting those into consideration. And with time going by now, you discover that you are not, and remember that it is when you come out, that's when you see young men, that's when you see people who can approach you, talk to you, like you, can we go on a date, can we do this, can we do that, stuffs like that. So these are the various ways that actually what the reasons as to why you actually you are not married as such. You are now in your 30s, or when you're in your 20s, neither do you have any serious relationship. You understand? Then maybe another cause as to why you are sat in your 30s, you do not have any relationship, is because maybe your ignorance, maybe you had all the men coming, but you were not knowledgeable enough to know that these men coming now, let me look for one among them who is sensible, who is reasonable, who can lead me for the rest of my life, who has the kind of frame that I want for a man who will lead me, who will be my husband, who will be a leader to me for the rest of my life, and accept him for the rest of your life. You do not didn't consider such, based on your ignorance. So maybe you were just, you're just playing around, just when A comes, you bash A, you don't take A serious. When B comes, you don't take him serious. Mr. C comes, and just like that, you don't actually you don't take them serious. Then it could also be that maybe it happened that maybe while you were in your 20s, it happened that you believe that you had all the time. So by virtue of the fact that you believe that you had all the time, by virtue of the fact that you believe that you had all the time, you were exploring. And like I said, I've always said that exploitation or exploration rather, as a lady, is one of the biggest undoing that can happen to any lady in his or her 20s, or that can happen to any lady irrespective of their age range or their age category. Exploration. You want to explore, you want to experience more, you want to experience more sizes, you want to experience more pleasure, which you can't eat your cake and have it. If you want to explore, just go and explore. If you want to stay in one place and be dedicated to that particular place, stay there and be dedicated. But you cannot explore at the same time have a relationship. You understand? So it's a two sides of the coin. So these are some of the causes as to why relationship can actually happen. As ladies who are in their 30s, can actually be that they do not have any relationship that they are in by the time they are by the time that they are in their 30s. So I just highlighted some of the possible ways forward or solution. You have to You have to count your losses. And when it comes to counting your losses, you have to, you have to date down. You have to reduce your standard of living. Are you reducing your standard of living? If you have 2 cars, you can sell one. Or if you have using very expensive cars, you can sell the very expensive one and buy a less or buy a cheaper car. Or you can even sell the cars and be using taxis to go around. So it will be easier for people to actually access you, to talk to you, to get across to you, especially young men, because young men are not actually, they are not intimidated by success because they are not there to take your money, but they just believe that with that particular money that you have, with that particular possession that you have, there is every chances, there's every possibility that you will not be serious with them in relationship, because you believe that you have money and you have everything. Hence, you believe nobody can control you. You believe nobody can talk to you. And with this kind of philosophy that you have as a young lady, it will scare men away. And look at your age now. You're now in your 30s. It will scare them away. So even if they are serious, even if their intention is pure, this kind of personality, this kind of perception will scare them away. You understand? So you have to, you have to know what to let go for what you intend to get. Reduce your standard of living, cut your costs. If you live in a duplex, consider relocating to a 3-bedroom apartment, or if you live in a 3-bedroom apartment, consider relocating to either a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom apartment. Consider mingling with guys whom that will have genuine intentions. And if you have brothers, try to talk to them. Your brothers are most likely going to tell you the bitter truth about men than your own male friends, if you have, or about even your own female friend. Your female friend cannot tell you the truth about men. It is your brothers who has the capacity to tell you the truth about men. It's your brothers and your father that has the capacity to tell you truth about men. Not your male bestie, not even your female bestie. They don't know about men. You cannot be asking a man, you cannot be asking a woman how a man is. It's not possible. It is a man that knows how a man is. So a man is in the best position to tell you or to answer the question as to how a man is, how he can be treated, how he can be related with, or how you can relate with him. You understand? So that's what you should understand. If you do all of this, there's no way that maybe a couple of 1 to 2 years, have somebody who is genuine, and he will take you serious. And remember, you on your own side, you have to be genuine. You have to be deliberate and willing to submit to this man. You have to be deliberate. You have to be willing to submit to his authority, to submit to his leadership, to submit to his. You will not say, if you think you want to say because you have money, then you cannot misbehave. Remember, you are the one who will lose. And let me give you something very interesting. You see, those your friends who might be deceiving you and telling you that, go do this, do that. Should anything happens to you and you become unalive today, those huge treasure that you've worked for, it will take a very short while. People who knows nothing as to when you work for them, they'll be the one who enjoy them in couple of months, weeks and months, and you just everything will be gone into the dream. So work on yourself, learn the discipline, learn the dedication, learn practice. In fact, I'll learn to pretend to kind of to become respectful, learn and pretend to become submissive. You see, with the learning to become this particular person, gradual learning, gradual pretending, it will sooner than later become become part of you. And if you are a Christian, you can also put that in your prayers as well, that God should that God should help you to get these things right as regard your relationship. You understand? So these are the things that you can actually do to make your relationship to actually become a reality now that you are now in your 30s. So guys, that's a short one from here. This is Deficit Podcast. The world to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and till next time, follow us on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, on X, as well as on Rumble, and do well to like our videos as much as you can. Do well to also share this particular video with your friends, with your relatives, so that the gospel of healthy relationship and functional society, functional marriage and society can be propagated to as many people as we can within the best possible time and as early as possible. When we have a happy home, gives birth to a happy society, or a happy family is what bets a happy society. A functional home is what bets a functional society. Remember, if the injury can be prevented, it should be prevented. Injury that can be prevented should not be allowed to happen, because if they are allowed to happen, even if they are given the best form of treatment, yes, they will be treated, but the scar they will leave becomes permanent, and we will have to live with those scars for the rest of our life. This is Deficit, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.